Also talked about the preparation of the Slovene presidency to take place in the second half of the year, and indeed the question of the media, freedom of the media, particularly in the context of the dialogue launched on that subject between the Prime Minister and the Slovene PM, opened by the letter sent by the Slovene PM to the President on this subject some weeks ago. So in this context, the Presidency raised the need to look at things closely, remain in contact on this subject, and suggested to the Slovene Prime Minister to inform his colleagues, the ministers of his government, that to closely collaborate with the commissioners on the questions in question within the European Commission. That's what I said, and I'm happy to be able to reconfirm that they did raise that question of the freedom of the media in the context which I have explained. I think that brings the subject to a close. No, David has an additional question. Yes, because we heard the President comment and also the US President comment considerably at length. We had the previous US President put into question the whole democratic system. So when it's US President, we can comment. When it's an EU Prime Minister, we can't comment. So you're legitimising his behaviour. You're saying it's normal. You're saying it's just a debate between politicians. No, there's a Prime Minister here who he is making certain comments, who's accusing two European MPs of behaving like Milosevic, and I'm thinking of one particular case, and you classified this as a discussion between politicians. You see that the point of the question. This question which we're putting to the spokesman, we are actually putting to the President. May I clarify yet again, David, that this is something which perhaps wasn't very clarified sufficiently here. As regards the behaviour vis-à-vis the media and the freedom of the press, there's no distinction to be drawn between European politicians, foreign politicians, national or European level. It's very important that the freedom of the press be respected, and that we criticise and condemn attacks, even verbal attacks, against journalists. We're very clear on this. The President, we have already said, the President condemns verbal attacks which have been levelled through the social media, Twitter and so on. This was 2 weeks ago, by the Slovene Prime Minister. We're very clear in the condemnation of this. The President condemned the verbal violence against journalists, and it was important that all politicians respect the freedom of the press and should in no way threaten journalists. So thank you for given me the opportunity once again to clarify that in no uncertain terms.